Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the choices you can make in Red Dead Redemption 2, and what are the best possible choices. So yeah, a minor spoiler alert before we move on. First choice. This choice happens in Chapter 1, after you and Dutch rescue Sadie Adler from the O'Driscoll gang. As you search the barn for supplies, you find a wounded O'Driscoll hiding behind some hay. He begs for his life and says he has a family. You can either choke him to death, or let him go. So, what are the consequences of this choice? Does it matter at all? Well, the short answer is, not really. The long answer is, it depends on how you want to roleplay as Arthur Morgan. Let's start with the option to kill the O'Driscoll. This is the more ruthless and pragmatic choice, as you eliminate a potential threat and show no mercy to your enemies. This choice fits the personality of Arthur as a loyal and hardened outlaw who follows Dutch's orders without question. Remember, it's still early in the game. It also makes sense from a gameplay perspective, as you get a guaranteed gun oil from the O'Driscoll's corpse, which you can use to clean and maintain your weapons. But killing the O'Driscoll also has some drawbacks. First of all, it lowers your honor level, which affects how other characters in the world react to you. Having low honor can make you miss out on some side missions, discounts, and outfits. It can also change the ending of the game, depending on your choices in the final chapter. Secondly, killing the O'Driscoll can make you feel guilty, especially if you listen to his pleas and his backstory. He tells you that he was forced to join the gang, and that he has a wife and a son waiting for him. He also says that he doesn't know anything about the attack on the Adler Ranch, and that he was just looking for food. Whether you believe him or not, killing him can make you question your morality and your loyalty to Dutch. Now, let's look at the option to spare the O'Driscoll. This choice fits the personality of Arthur as a conflicted and sympathetic outlaw, who has doubts about Dutch's leadership and his own actions. It also makes sense from a story perspective, as you can encounter the same O'Driscoll later in the game. So, what is the best possible choice in this mission? Well, in my opinion, the best choice is to kill the O'Driscoll. Killing the O'Driscoll is more consistent with Arthur's character and the tone of the game. RDR2 is a dark and gritty western, where violence and survival are the norm. Arthur is not a hero, but an outlaw, who lives by his own code and does what he has to do. Killing the O'Driscoll is a realistic and logical decision, given the circumstances and the history between the two gangs. It is more beneficial for the gameplay and the story. Getting a gun oil is more useful than getting a silver ring, as you can improve your weapons and your performance in combat. Also, killing the O'Driscoll can lead to a more satisfying and emotional ending, as you face the consequences of your actions and your loyalty to Dutch. Not that important, but still worth considering. Killing the O'Driscoll is more satisfying and fun. Let's be honest. The O'Driscoll gang is one of the most hated and annoying enemies in the game. They are ruthless, cowardly, and treacherous, and they have caused a lot of trouble and pain for you and your gang. Of course, this is just my opinion, and you are free to disagree with me. Maybe you prefer to spare the O'Driscoll, and that's fine. Next, the train robbery choice mission, where you have to decide whether to kill or spare the train guards working for Leviticus Cornwall. This mission is part of the first chapter of the game, and it's one of the first choices that will affect your honor rating. So what is the best choice in this mission? Well, in my opinion, the best choice is to spare the train guards. First of all, the train guards are not really guards, but more like clerks. They offer no resistance when you blow up the door of the armored car, and they surrender immediately. They are not a threat to you, and killing them would be unnecessary and cruel. Second, sparing the train guards will increase your honor rating, which will benefit you in the long run. You will get more respect from your gang members, more discounts from shops, and more opportunities to help strangers in need. Also, sparing the train guards will not affect the outcome of the mission or the story. You will still be able to loot the train and escape with the money. The only difference is that you will have to start the engine and let the train go, instead of leaving it on the tracks. This will also prevent any unwanted attention from the law, as the train will not be reported as stolen. So, there you have it. The best possible choice in the train robbery choice mission is to spare the train guards. This will increase your honor, save some innocent lives, and avoid any trouble with the law. Now we are going to talk about one of the most interesting missions in the game, the Man from Blackwater. This mission involves a moral choice that can affect your honor and the outcome of the story. You have to decide whether to kill or help a man who recognizes you from your past as an outlaw. So, which is the best possible choice? The Man from Blackwater is a mission that you can access in Chapter 2, after you go to Valentine with your gangmates in the Polite Society. Valentine-style mission. You will encounter a man who claims to know you from Blackwater, the town where you and your gang tried to rob a ferry and ended up in a bloody shootout with the law. He will run away from you, and you have to chase him on your horse through the town and the fields. Eventually, you will catch up with him on a cliff, where he will be hanging by his fingers. This is where you have to make your choice, to kill him or to help him. If you choose to kill him, you can either shoot him or step on his fingers and make him fall to his death. You will get a small amount of money and a gold ring from his corpse, but you will also lose honor points. Killing the Man from Blackwater will make you more dishonorable, which means that you will be seen as a ruthless and cruel person by others. If you choose to help him, you will pull him up and let him go. He will thank you and give you a pen as a token of his gratitude. You will gain honor points, which will make you more honorable, which means that you will be seen as a kind and generous person by others. So, which is the best possible choice? Well, it depends on what kind of character you want to play as, and what kind of consequences you are willing to face. If you want to play as a good guy, who cares about honor and morality, then helping the Man from Blackwater might be the best choice for you. You will gain honor, which can make your life easier in some ways. For example, you might get discounts on goods and services, or you might get more friendly interactions with NPCs and animals. You will also get a pen, which might have some hidden value later in the game. Personally, I think that helping the Man from Blackwater is the best choice, because I prefer to play as a good guy, and I like to have a high honor level. Next, the bear hunting mission, where you have to hunt down a legendary grizzly bear with Hosea. The bear hunting mission is one of the first missions you can do in Chapter 2, and it's a great way to get a perfect bear pelt and a unique talisman. But there are two different ways you can approach this mission, and one of them is much better than the other. Let me explain why. The first option is to follow Hosea's plan, which is to use a bait and wait for the bear to come to you. This sounds easy, but it's actually very risky. The bear is very fast and aggressive, and it can kill you in one swipe if you're not careful. You'll have to use a scoped rifle and aim for the head, which is not easy when the bear is charging at you. Plus, you'll have to deal with Hosea's annoying comments and distractions. The second option is to ignore Hosea and go after the bear yourself. This is the best possible choice if you ask me. First of all, you'll have more freedom and control over the situation. You can use your eagle eye to track the bear's clues and sneak up on it from a safe distance. You can also use cover scent lotion to mask your smell and avoid alerting the bear. Second, you'll have more time and ammo to take down the bear. You can use a sniper rifle with any ammo except explosive and shoot the bear multiple times in the head. You can also use Deadeye to slow down time and aim better. Third, you'll have more fun and satisfaction. You'll feel like a real hunter, and you'll enjoy the thrill of the chase. You'll also get to keep the whole pelt for yourself and craft a cool hat and a talisman with it. So, there you have it. The best possible choice in the bear hunting mission is to go solo and hunt the bear yourself. It's not much important to plot, but still trust me, you won't regret it. It's one of the most exciting and rewarding missions in the game. Now I'm going to talk about the bar choice mission in Chapter 2, where you have to decide whether to charm or threaten a drunk stranger who is bothering you and Lenny. The bar choice mission is called A Quiet Time, and it starts when you go to the saloon in Valentine with Lenny. You have to lean on the bar and order a drink, and then a drunk guy will approach you and start talking nonsense. You have two options, charm or threaten. If you choose charm, Arthur will politely ask the guy to leave them alone. If you choose threaten, Arthur will warn the guy that he will kill him if he doesn't back off. Either way, the guy will walk away, and you and Lenny will continue drinking. So, what are the consequences of this choice? Well, not much actually. It doesn't affect your honor, your relationship with Lenny, or the outcome of the mission. The only difference is the dialogue and the tone of the scene. If you choose charm, Arthur will sound more civilized and friendly, and the guy will apologize and say he's just lonely. If you choose threaten, Arthur will sound more aggressive and violent, and the guy will curse and say he's not afraid of you. The choice also affects how the other patrons react to you. If you choose charm, they will mostly ignore you or laugh at the guy. If you choose threaten, they will be more wary of you or cheer you on. So which is the best choice? In my opinion, charm is the better option. Why? because it fits better with the mood and the theme of the mission. The mission is supposed to be a fun and humorous break from the serious and dark events of the story. You and Lenny are just trying to have a good time and forget your troubles. You're not looking for trouble or violence. You're just looking for a quiet time. So, charming the guy is more in line with that goal. It also shows that Arthur can be a gentleman and a peacemaker, not just a brute and a killer. It makes him more likable and relatable as a character. Threatening the guy, on the other hand, is more harsh and unnecessary. It makes Arthur look like a bully and a hothead who can't handle a simple annoyance. It also creates more tension and hostility in the saloon, which could lead to more trouble later. It doesn't match the tone and the purpose of the mission, which is to have fun and relax. It makes the mission more stressful and less enjoyable. Next choice is in the robbery mission. There are two ways to approach this mission. You can either rob the coach during the day or at night. Both options have their pros and cons, but I think the best choice is to rob the coach at night. Robbing the coach at night is easier and stealthier. You can sneak up on the guards and take them out quietly without alerting anyone. You can also loot the guards and the driver for some extra cash and items. Robbing the coach at night is more fun. You can use a clever trick to distract the guards and steal the coach. So, as you can see, robbing the coach at night is the best possible choice for this mission. Next, whether to help Mary or not. Mary is Arthur's former lover, who asks him for help twice during the story. The first time is in Chapter 2, when she wants Arthur to rescue her brother Jamie from a cult called the Chelonians. The second time is in Chapter 4, when she wants Arthur to save her father from some debt collectors. Both times Arthur can choose to help her or decline her request. But what are the consequences of each choice, and which one is the best? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the choice in Chapter 2. If you choose to help Mary, you will start the mission We Loved Once and True, where you have to find Jamie and convince him to leave the cult. You will have to chase him on horseback and shoot the gun out of his hand before he kills himself. Then you will take him back to Mary and have a chance to talk to her. She will thank you for your help and ask you to run away with her. You can either accept or reject her offer, but either way, she will leave you a letter later, saying that she still loves you, but she can't be with you. If you decline to help Mary, the mission will end right there. You will have a brief conversation with her, where you will say that you're sorry, but you can't help her. She will understand and say that she hopes you find happiness. She will also leave you a letter later, saying that she still cares for you, but she knows that you have a different life. So, what are the benefits and drawbacks of each choice? Well, if you help Mary, you will get to see more of her character and learn more about her relationship with Arthur. You will also get to do a fun and exciting mission where you have to save Jamie from a cult. You will also get a chance to romance her, if you want to. If you don't help Mary, you will avoid these drawbacks and be able to do more missions and activities in Chapter 2. You will also show that you are loyal to your gang and that you don't let your past interfere with your present. However, if you don't help Mary, you will also miss out on the opportunity to see her again and to learn more about her story. So, which choice is the best? Well, in my opinion, the best choice is to help Mary. I think that the benefits of helping her outweigh the drawbacks, and that the mission is worth doing. I also think that Mary is an interesting and sympathetic character, and that Arthur deserves to have some happiness in his life. I also like the idea of having a different ending for their relationship, depending on whether you accept or reject her offer to run away. I think that this choice adds more depth and emotion to the story, and that it makes Arthur more human and relatable. Of course, this is just my opinion, and you may have a different one. Maybe you think that helping Mary is a waste of time, and that Arthur should focus on his gang and his mission. Maybe you think that Mary is selfish and manipulative, and that Arthur is better off without her. Maybe you think that the choice doesn't matter, and that you can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of this game. You can make your own choices, and see how they affect the story and the characters. Now I'm going to talk about one of the missions in Red Dead Redemption 2, where you have to choose between accepting or declining fishing with Dutch and Hosea. The mission is called The New South, and it takes place in Chapter 3 of the game. You start the mission by talking to Dutch at the camp, and he tells you that he wants to go fishing with you and Hosea. He says that it's a good opportunity to relax and bond with your friends, and also to scout the area for potential targets. You can either accept or decline his offer. If you accept fishing, you will follow Dutch and Hosea to a nearby lake, where you will find a boat. You will then get on the boat and start fishing. You will have a chance to catch some fish, and also to listen to some interesting conversations between Dutch and Hosea. They will talk about their past, their plans, and their views on the world. You will also learn more about their personalities and their relationship with each other and with you. This is a good way to develop your character and your story, and also to increase your honor and your bonding with your horse. But accepting fishing also has some drawbacks. First of all, you will miss out on some action, as you will not encounter any enemies or challenges during the fishing trip. If you decline fishing, you will leave Dutch and Hosea to go fishing by themselves, and you will head back to the camp alone. You will then have more freedom and flexibility to do whatever you want. You can either follow the main story, or do some side missions, or just roam around the map. But declining fishing also has some drawbacks. First of all, you will miss out on some character development and story progression, as you will not learn more about Dutch, Hosea, and yourself. You will also miss out on some dialogue and interactions that can reveal some secrets and foreshadow some events. Second, you will also miss out on some honor and bonding, as you will not show your loyalty and friendship to your gang members. You will also miss out on some fishing, which can be a fun and relaxing activity in the game. So, which is the best possible choice? Well, in my opinion, the best choice is to accept fishing. I think that the benefits of accepting fishing outweigh the drawbacks, and that the drawbacks of declining fishing outweigh the benefits. I think that fishing with Dutch and Hosea is a valuable and memorable experience that can enrich your gameplay and your story. I think that it's worth sacrificing some money and some action for some character and some story. I think that it's more important to bond with your friends and to learn more about them and yourself than to make some cash and to shoot some enemies. That's my opinion. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with me? Which choice did you make in the game, and why? Let me know in the comments below.